Stampers, this is Trevis. Thank you for watching today for Video Friday. So what we're going to be doing today is stamping a card and using hand pen petals and the pen flowers dies that are bundled together. So this is the stamp set. It is a photopolymer set. And then the dies are 14 dies that coordinate with it, obviously. And I'll show those to you. One's missing because that's the one I have out, but this is the dies. Okay, so you get this cute scallop. Ooh, love that separately. And a lot of flowers. So I am going to be making a card today using that stamp set. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to be using some of our thick, basic white cardstock. And the reason I'm using the thick is because I am going to be using the blends. So that being said, I'm going to stamp the stamp. And the one I'm going to pick is the one that has the 3 flowers and then the little flowers. So I'm stamping in Memento ink because we are going to be using the blends. And this is the alcohol pad that you want to use. Okay, so I'm going to stamp this. And I didn't get it totally great. So I missed a little edge there. So I'm going to try that again. Okay, much better. All right, and I am going to close my ink pad and I'm going to use my blend markers. I'm going to use 3 different colors today. I'm going to use Flirty Flamingo. I'm going to use Mint Macaron, and I'm also going to use So Saffron. So I'm going to go ahead and color these with you. I'm going to start out with the dark Flirty Flamingo, and I'm going to color in this flower. So what I'm going to do is, and it's kind of cool because most of our stamps have, what I really love about them is that they have these extra lines in here, and that really helps with shading, okay, because you know, we're not all artists, so I love that part. And I'm just going to color this in some of the edges, and I'm going to do this one also in Flirty. Okay, now I'm going to let that dry for a second. So these are alcohol, so you want to let them dry for a second. While that's drying, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use the dark So Saffron. Do the same thing on the small flowers. Just pull in some little edges like that. Now that's set for a while, so I'm going to go back with my light Flirty, and I'm going to pull that color right from the dark to the light, just like that. And the more you go over it, and that's why you want to use your thick cardstock, the more you go over it, the more blended it will be. Yes, it does use more ink, but use the side of your marker and your tip will stay nice and pointy. Okay, you can go back and pull it around again if you want. If you don't like how defined that looks, you can pull it around some more. That. And now I'm going to do my light saffron. Same thing. These stamps are so user-friendly. They really really make you feel like an artist, I think. Now I'm going to use my Mint Macaron. I was trying to think of a green that I would like that would pretty much go with these nice colors, and decided that Mint Macaron was probably my color of choice. Okay. And I'm going to let that dry for a second also. And while that's drying, I'm going to get ready with my light Mint Macaron. Such a sweet color. Love it. It's it's a beautiful green. It's kind of like the green of my walls in my stamp room. It's just a beautiful green, I think. Light and fresh. Okay, we're done. Now I am going to kind of set that aside, and I'm going to show you the cardstock that we're going to be using for the card. So we're going to use a half a sheet of Flirty Flamingo, and I'm going to fold that in half. So this is 5.5 by 8.5, folded in half. Okay, and I am going to make this card vertical. So I did choose a designer series paper that is in the mini catalog. It will be retiring on June 30th. And it's the, let's see, what is it called? It's called Sand and Sea. So on this side, you can see there's like starfish. On this side, oh, I love that painted look, that watercolor alcohol look. And so I'm going to use this side on my card. But before I glue it down, I'm going to cut out a center of it. And I want to cut out the center in both. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my cut and emboss up here, but I'm going to open this up because I want to cut this and my card base. And I'm going to use Tasteful Labels to cut out an opening. Tasteful Labels has been in the catalog before. It's in this new catalog also. It has 10 stamps, 10 dies in it, and it coordinates with Tasteful Touches. So, but really coordinates with everything, right? Because there's so many different dies in here. Awesome. Some circles and just amazing. A tag. I mean, look at that. How cute is that? A banner. So cute. So I'm going to use this bigger one because I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. So what I want to do now is I want to bring my cut and emboss up here. Okay, and I'm going to not glue it down yet, but I'm going to position it. I'm going to lay my cardstock where I will glue it down. Oops. And then make sure I get it laid out correctly. And then I'm going to lay this on top. And then I'm going to put my acrylic plate on top. Like that. And it's kind of hard to do from this position. I hope that looks okay. I think it does. And now I'm going to run it through. And move these out of the way so I can turn the handle. I need to stand up because I'm not left-handed. Okay, and then I'm going to run it back through. Because I am cutting through 2 pieces of cardstock. So yes, I'm going to run it through and then run it back through. And that's because I'm cutting 2 pieces of cardstock and I want both to cut through. Okay, so while I have this in here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut out my flowers using the coordinating die. Love this flower set, and the die is going to cut it out perfectly. I'm so happy that we don't have to fussy cut it, right? I don't mind fussy cutting, but if I have a die that makes it so much faster, oh yes, I love that too. Okay, so I don't have to run this through once, right? Because it's just cutting through one piece. Now I'm done with the cut and emboss. Move that down. Get rid of the acrylic. Pop this out and look. Isn't that so pretty? Love it. Okay, so now I have my card base that I cut out. I have this here for a reason, and it's probably getting moved around a little bit, but I'm going to talk about it in a minute. Okay, so now I'm going to glue this together because I have this and this piece, okay, and I have this piece. So I'm going to glue this down, put some little extra glue on the sides, and glue it together. Now, if I did this properly, it's going to layer just right, and it looks pretty darn good. Okay, so there we go. Okay, and now what I want to do is, when I close it, I need a little extra glue right here. When I close it, I want white inside. So that's going to be inside like that. So it's going to really make that pop. Okay. But in the meantime, I need to decide where I want to put my flowers. Do I want them here? Do I want them at the top? I think I want them at the bottom, actually. So I'm going to put some adhesive. There's a piece here that didn't pop out. Just now saw it. I'm going to put some adhesive across the bottom so that this will stick. Okay, but I don't want any glue right here, right? Because I don't want it to stick to the inside of my card. So now that I have that positioned, I can go ahead and stick that down better. Okay, looking good, looking very good. Okay, now I'm going to put this inside. And before I glue it down, I always say stamp and then glue, because if you adhere before you stamp and then you make a mistake, it's so frustrating. So I'm going to use Artistically Inked stamp. I'm going to use Best Wishes. Love this little stamp. Actually, I love this whole stamp set. And you're going to be seeing a lot of this, I'm sure. And as I'm doing that, so I have Best Wishes here. So this is a red rubber set. This stamp set has 12 stamps in it. It comes with coordinating dies. And I have a set to give away. Okay. So now I can glue this down. So if you use this hostess code and you spend $30 or more by June, I think it's the 12th, on June 13th, I will be doing a drawing for your very own Artistically Inked set. Somebody's going to win this on June the 13th. Okay, so this is a brand new set. Has not been, oh, wait a minute. Hold on. This is the brand new set. Has not been mounted. And it'll be yours if you win the drawing. So use this hostess code 2CVP64NA, North America. And if you use that hostess code, spend $30, I will enter you in the drawing. Look at that cute card. Ugh. That hand-penned Petals is just so pretty. I love it. So I hope you enjoyed this video today, and I will see you on Tuesday. Have a great weekend. Bye.